guys, welcome back to my channel where we spill tea left, right, and everywhere in between. We are going to be covering the best of the best today, including Ace Fam, Ace Fest, Ace Scam news, as well as a quick Taylor Holder update, Peter Mon calling out Ethan Klein, and Trisha Paytas putting in that work. You know the drill with the subscribe button and that notification bell, so let's not waste any more time. Grab a snack, get comfy, and let's spill some tea. We all know by now that the Ace family's event Ace Fest is just already a mess and clearly, possibly, maybe allegedly a scam, but stuff just stays happening with this. After the last time we talked about it,
there's speculations as to why, including possibly flipping the tickets to make more money out of them.
Really didn't have an idea how low we were going to do. We didn't know how many people would want to come to the Ace Fest. So we kept it at like a smaller scale.
Austin says that because this was their first time doing something like this, they didn't want to just go too big with it, but then they realized how quickly they sold out.
The supposed sold out Ace Fest tickets are back on sale, and the Ace family are apparently blaming drama channels for their sales being down. Their sales being down on sold out tickets at an event that is running off of the back of an art festival. What? We talked about how YouTuber Madcaster did some investigative work and figured out that there were a lot of tickets still left, allegedly, and did a whole expose on that. But since all that tea was spilled, the Ace fam are now selling on a different selling platform that I guess does not allow the actual available tickets to be seen. If you missed that video we did talking about this, basically Madcaster's friend added like 1 million tickets to her cart, and the original selling platform that the Ace family was using for the ticket sales would automatically adjust the cart to the actual number of tickets that were available. So this kind of threw a wrench in the works of their claim that all of these tickets had gone so fast and yada yada yada. I had a little peek over at the Ace Fest website, and indeed, since we last covered this, the website is different for the actual ticket purchase part, and it looks like they did figure out how to do single ticket sales instead of strictly the bundles or group passes. It also says in big cap letters that these tickets are non-refundable, so keep that in mind, you guys. You can't back out once you buy these. Anyway, I think by now that when news comes out of some shady shit going on at the Ace house, we're just not surprised anymore, but it is pretty astonishing that they just keep going. And what's more, they barely address anything when people start throwing rumors and speculation around. I feel like I would want to clear up any concern that there was a scam in the works for something like this. But again, considering that we very recently had a massive disaster at a festival, I just don't think that it's all appropriate to be so lax when it comes to something like this. People are putting their money and trust in you to provide a memorable, fun, and safe experience. I believe that the least you can do is to squash any rumors or clear anything up, because the silence is speaking volumes.
Wow, it's actually really good.
We can actually sell this.
Alright, so now we're done with the lemonade. Now it's time to make cookies. Alright, Ace family. Alright, Ace family, the kids are ready to go.
And okay, listen, this might be stupid and no one probably cares about this, but I have a theory that they did not bake these cookies. Like, you're telling me Ace fam, vlog everything, vlog all day, baked cookies with their kids, who are the majority of their content, and they did not film the baking of these cookies for this thing? Like, not even a montage style moment? No stirring of the cookie batter while they were in the oven? Liars, store-bought, shame. But anyway, moving on to some other tea. Remember all that stuff that was going on with Taylor Holder a few months back, and how he and his team issued cease and desist or whatever to all of Taylor's friends, and also all of his friends unfollowed him on social media? Yeah, well, the truth behind why has still never been talked about, and Taylor is still maintaining that he didn't do anything and he and his team are handling it behind the scenes. Taylor spoke to TMZ Verified and said that after his legal team told these people that they were ready to move forward with any type of legal action, they apparently backed out and no longer wanted to do with the situation. This whole thing is so sus and it's driving me crazy, and honestly, I find Taylor Holder so annoying now because of this. Like, the way he's running around talking about it but not talking about it is like back in the day when people who post saying something like, oh my god, worst day ever, and you would comment asking like, what's up, are you okay? And they would respond, I'm fine. Like, just shut up then. My mind still wanders and runs as to what it could possibly be that Taylor is hiding, but of course, your mind has to go to the worst case scenario, like what else could you be trying to keep from everyone? Thoughts in the comments, you guys. Moving on to Peter Mon. Since his return back to YouTube, he's been posting videos on the regular again, and he is fully back in the drama world. He spent a little time catching up on some of the tea that he missed and inserting his own thoughts and feelings on situations that happened in his absence. One of those incidents was the homophobic comments that Ethan Klein made on the H3 podcast in regards to tops and bottoms. You may remember we covered this a few weeks back, but as Peter was away and is now back full time, he felt that it was important to speak his side on things, and I'm glad he did. Peter says that the comments were inappropriate and basically took the gay community a few steps backward in society as it branded a brush of gender roles within relationships, and that was the main problem. Peter says that while Ethan did issue an apology that was acceptable, by turning that apology into a joke, he basically reverted the worth of that sorry back to zero.
So Ethan, what you did by those statements was you reduced us to stereotypes and made some joke apology about it, that you just think is okay. And it's not okay. It's not okay at all. And until I see an appropriate apology for that, no, I'm kind of done.
So Peter is done with Ethan now, and I can't blame him for that, as personally I kind of felt the same, and it was very disappointing thing to witness Ethan do. Kind of since then, anytime I watched him, I just kind of feel a little annoyed. I don't want to bring that whole situation back up again as we've already covered it, but I did want to mention Peter's 2 cents as I do think his opinion on the matter is interesting and important. Who knows if Ethan will respond or if he will even become aware of Peter's comments, but we shall see on that. Ethan isn't usually one to stay quiet, but he was just all around irritated with the situation and seemed to want it to just disappear from the moment that it happened. In some other YouTuber news, PewDiePie packed up and moved to Japan this week after apparently planning this move for a very, very long time. Around 2019 was when he decided to make the move, and finally this week himself and wifey and dogs made it happen, and they are getting all settled in now.
I'm here now. I'm super happy. I'm super excited. Every day we discover new things it's just great and we love it.
Amongst other things, COVID was a pretty big factor in holding the plans back for their move, of course, but in a recent upload to his YouTube channel, PewDiePie explains that the dogs and everyone is loving it now and they are just really comfortable in Japan. PewDiePie also cleared up any speculation that he would be quitting YouTube.
I think a lot of people thought maybe he will move to Japan and then he'll retire, because I think people already assume I've been stepping down on the amount of videos that I've uploaded. So far, I don't feel like it.
He says that while he loved uploading every day for 12 years, he does not want to upload every day for another 12 years and would rather make the videos that he enjoys and wants to make, as opposed to uploading just for the sake of getting another video out there. I think most YouTubers go through that. Like, you could look back at some of the most popular YouTube channels from the past, and the majority of them start with content every single day, and then over time they fade out and go down to like 3 times a week, then once a week, and even sometimes as little as once a month. PewDiePie also says that he wants to enjoy his Japan experiences instead of worrying in the back of his mind about posting all the time, but will be taking his audience along a lot of times and doing vlogs. He also talks a little about the move itself and how they took a jet to get over there. Now, he does explain that that is not something he would normally do, but figuring out how to fly with one of his dogs in particular was a whole situation, from the airlines not having room to the dog being just slightly too big, and then that dog is a pug, so he didn't want to put him underneath, and the cargo as breathing could be an issue, and timing the move was a whole thing as well. So private jet it was, and honestly, how fun would it be to travel via private jet to Japan? I know that private jet is like the worst way to travel for the environment or something, but like I would still really love to, just once.
It just seemed like the best way to do it, and maybe people will have opinions about it, but to be fair, it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. It's the kind of experience you do once in a lifetime.
Well, congrats on the move, Pewds, and hopefully that all goes well for you. We look forward to some of these Japanese vlogs. And you know we gotta talk about this. You literally cannot be surprised in the slightest, but Trisha Paytas posted a new video to their family channel. Note that down. Family channel titled "Why I Still Do OnlyFans Pregnant." The family channel, you guys. The family channel. Okay, let's get into it.
And for those telling me I don't need to do OF because I'm rich, it's literally my job. That's my income is OF. And I like to do it, okay? I like to do it.
Trisha is in her calm and collected character today and straight schools us on the fact that she doesn't actually do anything explicit on her OnlyFans these days and just takes really classy, her words not mine, nudes. She also says that she is currently, quote, hustling really hard because once the baby is born, they will get into a new house to shoot in, as she will not be making OnlyFans content in the house they are at currently with a new baby in there. And I get that.
But people, the shaming needs to stop. The shaming needs to stop because my body's beautiful.
I can't speak for anyone else, and I know the internet can be a really mean place with plenty of people body shaming others, but I have never once had an issue with Trisha because of her body. Who doesn't love a plus size queen? I just have a problem with Trisha, like the insides. And it's no surprise to me that she's pulling out the body shaming card or whatever, as I did see recently that she posted on a story talking about how plus size swimwear companies want to try to hide their bellies. Okay, hear me out, because I agree, plus size just shouldn't be a thing. All sizes should be available, and clothing that is in a bigger size shouldn't be more modest or whatever. I see what she's saying and I agree with it, let that be known. My irritation is the example of her again taking on this whole thing and it just becoming her personality for the day. Do you know what I'm saying, or am I just crazy? I gotta say too, throughout this video, Trisha really sounds sick, and she does address that by literally saying, I know I'm not sick, but I sound it. And as we can never be sure when she exactly films these, I don't really want to accuse her of still spreading COVID around by having people over, but if you're sick these days and pregnant, of course, maybe guests are a no-no and just stick to hanging out either alone or with the people that you live with. That's one of the first things they tell you when you're sick.
I still have the end of the cough. I feel totally fine. But my throat and this cough, no bueno. So, now...
And out of breath, Trisha tells us again that she loves doing OnlyFans and it makes her a lot of money, so people should just let others live their lives if it isn't putting anyone else in harm or danger. I will say, as for the out of breath thing, because I think people get literally as triggered as I do when she talks like that while she's pregnant is to be expected. It's super common for pregnant women to be out of breath, and there are multiple reasons as to why, including that the baby is in need of oxygen, so your body has to work harder, and later in the pregnancy the baby is straight up just squishing your inside, so it's harder to take deeper breaths. Those are just facts, but yes, she has always found it difficult to breathe seemingly and has always been out of breath on camera, just to kind of not completely bash her on that even though it is super annoying, I think that it's probably a combination of being out of shape as well as maybe just camera nerves or anxiety. But anyway, whatever.
People, and I've seen it before with people I know that have been pregnant and whatever, or moms doing it, and it's just as long as the kid is not involved and you're not involving them, like I said, I'm trying to hustle now so we can get a second house.
Trisha likens her OnlyFans career to being in Playboy and says that people glamorize Playboy, but when you create that kind of content on your own, suddenly it's now shameful. Now, I really need to try and take my head out of the fact that this is Trisha saying these words, because I do always try and be impartial, even if I dislike the topic that we're covering. What she's saying, though, is pretty legit. I've never said a bad word about sex work, and we support them and do your thing, get the bag, all of that. But the comparison to doing your own OnlyFans to being in a Playboy magazine or any other publication could be a little slap in the face to the models who have worked very hard to get in there. The modeling world, including glamour modeling, is not an easy thing to get into and stay in, just like any career that relies on your looks. So while I do agree that people should never shame sex workers, and there's certainly something comparable between posting nudes on OnlyFans and being in Playboy, there is a difference. Trisha also talks about the hate that Britney Spears got for posting nudes, and come on, we all know people need to chill on Brit for that. She fully should be able to do whatever she wants in that realm. I just have not understood the anger towards Britney for that at all. Anyway, Trisha rambles on about how OnlyFans is her job and her body is art and people need to chill and blah blah blah, and it just kind of makes me laugh how 10 minutes ago she's saying she's in a really good place and isn't reading the hate and doesn't care about any of that, and now it's a whole video dedicated to telling whoever's out there taking shit on her job that they need to get over it. Honestly, your OnlyFans must be doing okay and there must be people subscribing for legit reasons if you're making that money on it. So you're fine. It's just going to be fine, Trish.
This is what I choose to do. This is my line of work that I love right now. I'm really fortunate to get to do it. I'm really fortunate that it makes a lot of money, and I'd like to do it. I don't know what to say.
Nobody cares!
And that is going to be it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new uploads. We serve fresh hot tea on the regular, and we also give you some hot tea history videos where you can learn a little something new about some YouTubers that you may have forgotten about. To get over today's video though, let's share some eye bleach. Bye bye.